The Civil War was over, and America was transforming at breakneck speed. Cities rose, railroads spanned the continent, and industry flourished. This was the Gilded Age, a term coined by Mark Twain to describe a time that glittered on the surface but hid deep problems underneath. A new breed of leader emerged, not presidents or generals, but businessmen. These men, ambitious, visionary, and often ruthless, built vast empires from coal, iron, and oil. Known as the robber barons, they reshaped the economy and the landscape, amassing wealth on a staggering scale. Their influence reached into government, their fortunes built palaces, and their decisions affected millions. Yet their rise came at a cost. For every fortune made, countless workers toiled in hardship. The same factories that created jobs also demanded grueling labor for little pay. Monopolies crushed competition, raising questions about fairness and the true price of progress. The Gilded Age forced Americans to confront what kind of nation they wanted to become. Beneath the golden surface, the struggle for the soul of America had begun. 4 men defined this era: John D. Rockefeller, Andrew Carnegie, Cornelius Vanderbilt, and J.P. Morgan. Rockefeller, quiet and methodical, built Standard Oil into a near-total monopoly, controlling almost all U.S. oil refining. Carnegie, a Scottish immigrant, became the king of steel, revolutionizing production and fueling the rise of skyscrapers and railroads. Vanderbilt, the Commodore, shifted from steamboats to railroads, forging a network that connected New York to the nation's heartland. J.P. Morgan, the powerful banker, didn't build factories. He built empires, merging companies into giants like U.S. Steel. Each man dominated his industry, wielding power that rivaled the government itself. Their methods were relentless, their ambitions boundless. They played to win, often at any cost. Their legacies endure. The oil, steel, rail, and financial empires they built shaped modern America. But their power also sparked fear and resentment. They were admired as visionaries and reviled as tyrants. The story of the Gilded Age is, in many ways, the story of these men. Their actions would define the era and its conflicts. The robber barons used bold strategies to dominate their industries. Rockefeller mastered horizontal integration, buying out rival refineries until Standard Oil controlled 90% of the market. He crushed competitors with low prices, forcing them to sell or go bankrupt. Carnegie perfected vertical integration, owning every step from raw materials to finished steel. By controlling mines, railroads, and mills, he slashed costs and outpaced rivals. J.P. Morgan, the ultimate consolidator, merged companies into massive trusts, eliminating competition entirely. U.S. Steel, born from Morgan's deals, set prices for the entire industry. These tactics, monopolies, trusts, secret deals, were new, aggressive, and controversial. The rules of business were being rewritten in real time. Critics accused the barons of exploiting loopholes, bullying rivals, and manipulating politicians. Their methods built unprecedented wealth, but also sparked outrage over fairness and competition. The industrial giants changed the economy and the rules of the game. Their rise was as much about power as it was about progress. The nation watched, divided between admiration and alarm. While fortunes soared, workers faced harsh realities. Factories and mines offered jobs, but conditions were brutal. Long hours, dangerous work, and meager pay. Families, including children, labored just to survive. Tenements were crowded and unsanitary. Disease and poverty were constant threats. When workers organized for better conditions, owners fought back, firing, intimidating, or even violently suppressing unions. Strikes like the Homestead Strike turned deadly, deepening the divide between rich and poor. The glittering wealth of the Gilded Age masked widespread hardship. Inequality fueled unrest and calls for reform. The cost of progress was paid by those at the bottom. As their fortunes grew, some robber barons turned to philanthropy. Carnegie, author of The Gospel of Wealth, believed the rich had a duty to give back. He built thousands of libraries and funded universities, aiming to uplift society. Rockefeller, too, gave away vast sums, founding the University of Chicago and the Rockefeller Foundation, which transformed medicine and education. Their generosity left a lasting mark, but critics saw it as an attempt to cleanse their reputations. Many argued their wealth was built on exploited labor. Others worried that private fortunes gave them too much power to shape society. Philanthropy became both a legacy and a controversy. The line between public good and private influence blurred. Their giving changed America, but not without debate. The unchecked power of monopolies alarmed Americans. Companies like Standard Oil could set prices and influence politics, often more than the government itself. Corruption and political manipulation became rampant. Public anger led to the Sherman Antitrust Act of 1890, the first federal law to target monopolies. The law aimed to restore competition, but enforcement was weak at first. Only in the progressive era did leaders like Theodore Roosevelt aggressively break up trusts. The Supreme Court's breakup of Standard Oil in 1911 marked a turning point. The government began to challenge corporate power. The battle over monopolies redefined the relationship between business and democracy. The era of unchecked giants was ending. The Gilded Age ended, but its legacy endures. The robber barons built the infrastructure of a modern superpower: railroads, factories, and cities. Some call them captains of industry, crediting their vision and innovation. Others remember them as robber barons, pointing to ruthless tactics and exploitation. Their philanthropy changed lives, but their business practices sparked outrage. They were both builders and exploiters, heroes and villains. Their story is America's